Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back, friends. Welcome to another video lecture by Kami Biology. Today in this video tutorial we are going to talk about inflammation in a detail. Okay, now this is the first part of the inflammation, and in this first part of the inflammation we are going to talk about the basics of inflammation. We are going to talk about that how the inflammation are occur, and what are the definition of the inflammation, main causes of the inflammation, and some diseases which are usually mentioned in the inflammation. Okay, we'll be talking in this first video lecture. Okay, and then inshallah in the next video lecture we are going to talk about the process of the inflammation. Means we are going to explain the inflammation on molecular level, that what actually happen in inflammation inside our body. And after that, in the third video lecture we are going to talk about the main types of the inflammation, means acute inflammation and chronic inflammation. Okay, so we'll be talking each inflammation in step by step video lecture. So let's start. First of all, let's talk about the inflammation here. So let me write. Now this word is usually, try to remove the spelling mistake by yourself. Now this word is usually derived from a Latin words means inflammatia, which means to set in a fire. If we explain the inflammation, so the main sign of the inflammation, or if we know the inflammation, so the main characteristics and the main sign of the inflammation are, so let me write here, these are the redness, the first. The second is swelling, or we call that edema. Third, we have heat. Fourth, we have pain. And then we have loss of function. So these are actually the main signs, and these are the main characteristics of the inflammation. So keep one thing in your mind: if any area of a body are become red, or become swell up, means edema occur, that area of a body are means create heat, and such area of a body having a pain, and that specific area of a body, and due to this way that area of a body lose their functions, but that area of a body have no proper function, we can say like that. Now we call this, what we call this, inflammation. Okay, now what are the main causes of the inflammation, how the inflammation is caused? Usually if we talked about the main causes of the inflammation, so usually the inflammation is caused by burn. So let me write the causes here. It is usually caused by burns, it is usually caused by force bite, splinter, trauma. Okay, so all these are the main causes. Sometimes if any area of a body are become burned, so inflammation is occur. Forced bite means if the any area of a body are become freeze. Let's suppose that area of a body are become freeze, so we call that forced bite. Means that area of a body, a very low temperature at that area, due to which a freezing is occur, means the blood are freeze, and due to which the edema is happen. We also say that this forced bite can cause edema. Now what is splinters? Splinters are any foreign body, or it is a small fragments of the wood which are very sharp, and it can create a penetration on the skin or any area of a body. We call it splinters. It will be look like in this form, just like in this. A common pin form or just like in a common pen form, but it is usually what made up of a wood, or it is actually a small fragment of a wood. Then we have trauma. Trauma means a wound, okay, or any accidents which happen on the skin area, and that area are become damaged, we call that trauma. So these are the main causes. Not only these, some other main causes are also, but these are the main causes. Okay, then we have different kinds of disease which are related to the inflammations. Okay, so for the inflammation, so how you remember the inflammation? So one thing that I must tell you about the inflammation. Remember one thing for the inflammation. If this suffix come at the end, I-T-I-S, this words means this is a suffix. The ending word, if this word comes at the end of any word, we call that, then you will remember it is actually what it is actually representing, the inflammation. Let's suppose if I say that appendicitis, let's say this is appendicitis. So here ITIES comes at the end, so it is what? It is the inflammation. It is actually the inflammation of appendix. Okay, we have nephritis. Okay, now this nephritis is what? This is the inflammation of what? Of the kidney area. Then we have meningitis. So again, it is the inflammation of the brain area. There are meninges are present which in which the inflammation are happen. We call it meningitis. We have colitis, in which the colon are become swell up, which can which is also the sign of inflammation. And we have dermatitis. So it is also the inflammation of the skin. We have pharyngitis, sinusitis, different kinds of inflammations disease we have. Okay, so whenever this ITIS comes at the end of any words, so we should have to note that it is what? It is actually the inflammation. Okay, so these are these are the main introduction, and this is actually the explanation and introduction and main causes and the diseases of the inflammation. I hope you got the idea about the inflammation. Inshallah, in the next video lecture we are going to talk about the process of the inflammation, or the molecule. We are going to explain the inflammation on the molecular level. Okay, so please stay tuned and continue to watch the video. Thank you so much.